This is Enoch on NASCAR Heat 3. Be looking at some Outlaw League racing here, the Truck Series. Be at Atlanta. It's the Outlaw Maxxis Truck Series Georgia Peaches 200. It's gonna be a good race. I've got in the booth with me from the back and Dave
What's happening?
Ferguson. What's going on, guys? How you doing tonight?
Good. Living the dream, Pa.
Living the dream. There you go. There you go. From the back, you also go as Will usually in real life, right? But
Yeah.
might be easier to say that for myself at least. Dave,
Yeah.
I'm
Will
pretty sure
Will is
that's
more
easy.
my porn name.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Uh, yeah, we're gonna have a sweet race tonight. Uh, these dudes in Outlaw are gonna be running trucks. It's gonna be in Atlanta. It's 100% race. It's gonna be three times the wear. Custom custom setups, which will be great. I've always wanted to do custom truck setups, so this would be cool to watch, see how everything goes together. Not having any damage, which will make it more fun too, in a sense. They're gonna have stages and cautions on. I think that's a great way to do it. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, that's how I'm used to racing over at the league I run in. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. And I wish they would run more of a damage, race. But I do understand you get caught up in everybody else's mishaps, so that can end your afternoon a little early. So I completely understand that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think so too. Um, Anything can really happen, and we've got a great set of guys uh, running tonight. We've got a Smoke Fan in the 88 truck, DK the 98, Fast Fed in the 41, Galen in the 13, Chase in the 51, Bulldog will be in the 24, Celtics in the 2, Chizo the 18, Dagger 74, Nick 21, and Scout in the 16. And right now, I don't know if there is anyone really watching, but I've got the fastest lap times of the day on here just to kind of give, set a little bit of expectations on how it might go. But number one is Smoke Fan right now with a lap time of 29.713 in those trucks. Um, and then we have to go pretty far back to be able to find Fast Fed in seventh spot, and he's a good 7/10 slower there. And, Smoke Fan probably got lucky. Uh, but yeah, and that makes me think
Where
that it's going to be a lot of drafting that's going to be involved to get those fast laps.
where they racing at tonight? What track?
Atlanta, Atlanta.
Oh,
So
Atlanta. Oh,
yeah,
cool deal. Yeah.
um,
Yeah, it's really a draft track. You'll see a lot of guys that run it around a flat or a heavy one to a two in the draft. You normally run threes, fours, and fives. All depends on how quick the setup they got in there. But
yeah,
dang,
like
29-second lap. That's pretty cool.
I can't imagine that because right now looking at this leaderboard here, I'm looking at my fast time, and my personal best is a 30.152. And I don't know how the heck I did that. I have no clue when that happened. Yeah, because that would be second for the day, but to be like 4/10 quicker almost for Smoke Fan, that's pretty impressive. I'd like to see what he does today. It looks like a qualifying session may be over. I'm also watching on YouTube Bulldog Motorsports. Bulldog is racing. It's Bulldawg Motorsports. Bulldog, because he's our dog, right? And
Dog.
what dog? Yeah, we want to see
The
him do well.
dog.
The
That's
dog,
my dog.
yeah, got to see him do well. You know, the,
You got to say it with tobacco in your mouth.
dog, yeah, that's pretty good, man. I'm looking at the roster and like a lot of these drivers are very familiar, man. Like I know these names, and that's really cool to see. Um, I've never gotten to see Scout Bonk in a league race. I always see him on those leaderboards, so this is gonna be damn interesting, I think. I'm not sure if we got invites yet or not.
No, I don't see him yet. I'll let you know if I see
Oh,
him.
all right, that sounds good. It looks like they're still working on things, trying to get ready for the race. But back to that Scout in the 16 truck. Uh, I really want to see what he's gonna do. I've talked to him once, and he seemed like a very smart kid, and he sounded like a kid. A lot of these kids are pretty killer at this. You know, D Dave, man, you and I are in a league together, and we're all a little older. And you think of some of the, one in particular, I'm not going to mention names or anything, but he's a kid and he's doing pretty well. Uh,
Yeah.
what do you think about the kids of the future of this game?
I think they're good, but they got to show the veterans respect, and maybe
Yeah.
the veterans give them a little help, with setups and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I think that there's so many. I look at racing in this game as a double-edged sword. Um, because if you're the best, then you got a target on your back. Double-edged sword right there. If you're doing real well and not showing respect, that could be one too. But I agree. I think the number one thing is to build that with the people you're driving around. I want to see what happens in this race. I want to see if there's any fighting that might happen. Because imagine, like, yeah, the one thing that I don't want to do for myself, and I don't know about for you from the back or Will, and for Dave, but the last thing I want to do is piss someone off, and then later on in the series, when it's really come down to the line, they remember that and they put it back on you. So I'd like
Oh
to
yeah,
see,
oh yeah.
yeah, I'd like to see what these guys do.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
Um,
mean, I
firm
still feel,
believer on
I still
popping them on
feel,
the pamper and putting them back on the porch. You know.
I still feel bad about Martinsville there, Nick.
why, dude? Yeah.
That's been what, months ago?
Oh wow, dude, like and that's another thing too. Things happen by accident, and people talk about it and get over it. Like, yeah, I don't even remember. Um, and things happen. You know, it, and one thing that I'm sure if there are going to be watchers watching this, and thanks for those who do, um, you can tell when something's intentional and when something isn't, or when it's just a
Yeah.
racing
Oh yeah.
incident. So I'm gonna be paying attention closely into that. We're supposed to get an invite in about 2 minutes, and so they've qualified. We'll be able to get racing soon. But I'd really like to see if there are kids like that, dude. And they're in the truck, so maybe they're not going to be as polite as they would be. Maybe they're not going to take it as seriously and just go all out.
Well, the
It'd
trucks
be
are
interesting.
a little bit more forgiving as well too, Nick.
That
So
Well,
you can
that
run those a little
great
harder,
point.
and you don't actually murder anyone.
Uh,
I
So
think
you
those are a
can
little
rough
more
them up.
stable than
Yeah,
Cup or Xfinity.
Yeah,
yeah.
excellent point,
But
Will. You and Dave, they're stable. We are going to get to see some bumping and banging. Um, and trucks
but
with
there is
custom
a
setups. That's going to be great.
group of younger guys that do play this Heat 3. One everyone knows, of course, is Slade, the young gun from over NBN, first round draft pick of the esports. We got Bulldog. He's got a pretty good chance of making it in next year or the following year as he develops. You got a lot of these, like Scout. I've never spoke with him before, but I've heard of him. He's very quick. He's a hot lapper. Any track, his name's on the top of the list. He's definitely got a gift. But these guys, they gotta get their foot in the door, and like you were saying earlier about the respect issue, a lot
Yeah.
to do with racing etiquette as well. If you're running up on the back of four guys and they're too wide and they're trying to figure out what they're doing, the best thing to do sometimes is you might be a little faster, but just ride back there for a little bit. Let them try to settle it out instead of sending it down in there three wide, two wide, forcing the issue, pushing people around the track. If you're faster, you're going to eventually get around in it anyway. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
but yeah, Bulldog, he's a young one. He's a good one. I don't know if Buck races over here in this league. I thought he was. There's another one. That's your bro Chase. He's another one that's been quick since I've played with him on this game here. Um, a little bit of development need to happen, but that's what they're racing with these guys for.
Yeah.
Maybe they can.
It takes time, and like, I
Yeah,
remember when I was a kid, I was impatient, right?
we got
It
our
looks like
invites.
it looks like we can get on in there. I think that
You
they're
got to
getting
go
ready to
first.
go. Let's do this. All right, I will. Let me get this controller here. All right.
I'm
So it
excited
looks like
about
we're
this
getting
though. I
going.
get to see some really fast guys that I've really not ever been able to see before. So
I
it's
know,
gonna
me
be
too.
interesting for me.
And it looks like they're actually backing out. Um, I think they're missing a few people. I don't know why it's like my game is restarting. It's going through that music again. I was just online too. It's funny. But I
Are
would
they
love
in
to be able
18
to.
or 19?
Oh, see, that's a good question. I didn't even look at that. Let's see if I'm watching Bulldog Motorsports here on YouTube. Let's see if he backs to the main screen so that we can see it. Because that's that's exactly what I'm feeling, man. I was in 18 and they were really on 19. I don't know. I don't think it makes a difference with the trucks though. That should just be Cup.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. You got to be in either or. So if they're in the trucks through 19, it'll actually switch you over. So if it was taking longer than normal, they're probably in the 19. I know a lot of the pro league guys they run in 19 just because that's they're acclimated
That's what they
to
need
running
to.
in the 19. Yeah,
Understood. Understood. Yeah, that's a very good point. Back to the whole the whole kid thing and growing, and it's not even just that with the kids. It's working together. I've broadcasted for other groups too, and just the respect that I see out of a lot of these leagues on track with each other is incredible. You don't think about, even though you're not you're competitors on the track, but I really feel like they're all working together and helping each other out. And it doesn't go down to like manufacturers, whose team you're with, things like that. It could
it's
also be
never
like
fun to get out there
PlayStation.
and run off from everyone.
No, it's yeah. You want to better everyone else. I really see it as like it's going to be a PlayStation versus Xbox thing. That's how I'd want it to be. But I'm proud to be able to watch these guys and get to commentate for them, and it's great having you guys here. Dave, man, you can tell, man, you're an older gentleman, dude, right? But you kill it on the track, and you've got smarts. That's something that some of these kids don't show. I'm always wondering what kind of strategies you're gonna pull out of the hat, and you're
Oh yeah,
respectful.
you
You're
got to
respectful
think
as heck.
strategy.
Yeah, you're respectful as heck too,
You
and
got your
and it's
new
great to see.
invite.
Oh, I did. I
It
think I
takes
did.
have
All right, I'm joining
tested
now.
my buttons, and I'm not going to mention names.
Nah, I hear you. Yeah, yeah. Don't. We don't need, because you're mature,
But
dude.
that's
You've
the
been through a
respect
lot.
end of it then.
Yeah, so I'm getting in the race now, guys. So join up, hit
Mhm.
options, get in there to watch it. It looks like they're about to go green. I hope I can get in there quick. I'm watching Bulldog, so I'll be able to say a little bit. He's starting in the back, 10th or 11th. I'm sorry. The 21's dropping back, maybe for a little bit of strategy. Um,
Who do you guys
Bulldog.
pick for this evening here at Atlanta?
Man, I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna go with Smoke because of,
That's too easy, Nick.
yeah, exactly,
I'm going to
because
have
of
to
the
go
easiness,
Fluffy.
dude. Because the easiness, yeah. I wanted to go first. Actually, it looks like they're going for a little pace lap. They're not even running. But what you got there, Dave?
I'm going to go Fluffy.
He took my MBN brother Fluffy, so I didn't even know he was in here. I think
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
go
either.
with Dagger Racing.
Yeah, all right, so I'd like to see that. I want to see what Dagger's got. I don't know Dagger too well. I see we got a comment here off my PlayStation. Let me just go find it on YouTube now. And for those that are watching, if you got any questions you want answers to, you let us know, and we'll try and figure it out.
If we don't know the answer, we'll make it up.
That's right. Anything you want to see. And it looks like that 88. Man, that 88 of Smoke Fan is pulling away on the outside line, or the inside line with the 98 right behind him of DK. It's still side by side. DK jumps up to the top with the 41 there of Fast Fed pushing him. What you see here, Will?
This is actually a one-line racetrack. That top line, if you get a couple guys, the majority of the traffic getting up there, you can make passes on the outside. But you're going to see a lot on Heat 3 of nothing but the Daytona line. We got a couple guys mixing it up, getting into the wall back here in the back, guys. I believe that was the 74. Are they under caution? Or?
Yeah, it was the 74
yeah, I think
there
we're under caution here for
of
the
Dagger,
first time tonight.
And the 21 of Nick. You know, that was it's pretty good first lap there. They were staying side by side, and you're saying a one-lane track. It really is.
It's really what we call the Daytona line or the Talladega line. You just get as close to the bottom as you can actually stand, and you just hold that line, man. If you can actually, the good part about this track coming through 3 and 4, you can get that run coming off of 2, and if you can get to the inside pocket of that guy, you can force him up on the racetrack a little bit and take the position. But you're going to see a lot of guys coming off of 4 getting into that grass. That's, you know, this is going to be interesting.
That's
one
right.
of my favorite tracks, to be honest with you. The 21 truck actually backs out. So maybe he was catching heat for that earlier incident we just seen there.
Oh man, I hope not. Lap 2, everyone's got to just brush
lagging.
Everyone's got to brush it off. See if I can kind of get to the front here. Is that 16 man of Scout? He's pulling off the lead. I think did he start on the outside line? I think there was a little strategy pull there with that early caution. It really mixed things up as we see the 16 pulling the 13 behind him. That 13 is Galen. The 88.
I'm going to tell you, Galen, last night, Galen in the MBN Cup race, he ran up front at ISM a majority of the race. Top
and 88 goes around.
Oh, man. Good
like
eye there, Dave. I wish I saw that. It looks like they're slowing down.
Looks like he just hit the apron and just lost it.
Yeah, see, you gotta brush all that off. You know, you gotta kind of remember how the track's going. And it's funny that you say that, Will, about Galen, because for Midnight I've been following them a lot, getting a broadcast, having that opportunity, and I've seen him running, and over the weeks and months, it's just improvement from him, and that's really really good to see. That's what you want to see.
He actually helps out with the Smoke Fan esports program, more of a car chief, crew chief, helper type of guy. But last night he impressed me. Though. It was the first good race I've actually seen out of him where he was dominant and strong.
Oh man, I'm a little upset that I wasn't home for it.
For the underdogs to beat these big name guys, so to say, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to see them run green for a little while, and for us to try and pick out who may be moving.
He's actually started on the bottom for the first time, so we're going to see if he can get that 41 truck going around the bottom here. Him and Scout spent a lot of time running laps at every single racetrack around, you know, on the Heat 3. So
you got to log laps.
Smoke Fan's back in third already.
You know, they're being very cordial right now. Of course, it's like the beginning of the race, dude, and like to see how this goes around. It looks like the 41 there of Fast Fed is on the inside of that 16. It looks like the 16 was a little tight, and the draft is going to bring the 88 of Smoke Fan with him. And 98 is just lurking right there. He's getting a pull from draft as well. 16 finds a really nice opening. Just falls right
You said
into
that
place.
was DK, right?
DK.
Brown
Oh, I'm
in the
sorry.
98?
DK's in the 98. Thank you.
Okay. I
And
wasn't sure. You said that earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Trying to look up top
Yeah.
at the same time. You know, you got to think about it. There's a lot going on in these races. It's tough for us. It's not just tough for the
This
drivers.
roster.
Yeah.
This roster right here is packed with guys. If you look at the weekly leaderboard, you'll see a lot of these names popping up from different tracks time to time. A lot of great guys in this race tonight.
Yeah, very familiar names here in this Outlaw series, man. And you know, a few of them are in the Pro Series, man. They're racing big time with the esports stuff, and it's really cool.
There's one Nick that didn't make it, and I'm very surprised. As long as the Heat community is Daggett Racing, I think he won half of the actual Pro League qualifier races leading up to the draft. So I was kind of surprised that he didn't get picked. But they look for a lot of social media and a lot of different things.
Yeah, you gotta kind of put yourself out there too. And you know, like Dagger, I'm not too familiar with Dagger.
41 to the wall.
They're really, man, they're really running a lot of different lines right now, and then bunching up and then spreading out. They're doing a good job. I think that 88 Smoke seems a little bit tight. You know, he can't really get to the bottom. Dave, early on in the race, what are you thinking about with your truck if it gets a little bit tight, you know, or if it gets loose? What are you really feeling out right now in this first stage? If you're there.
Dave,
if not,
I'm a fuel mileage guy. I try and stretch it out on fuel.
I hear you, man, and I've noticed that with you a ton, dude, and it'll work its way through for sure. But even doing that, one little caution can change everything.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't know if they're really teammates in here or not, and if they go through scenarios. But one thing, like, I'm not that big of a person to go through scenarios, because you can talk about 9 different scenarios, and then one that you didn't happen. Yeah, one scenario you didn't think of is what happened. So it's kind of like you got to run the race as it is, stick with your gut, and that's really the way it goes. Is the 98 at DK, man, he's holding a really good lead. That 24, a Bulldog, he's moving his way up. I don't recall where he restarted, but he's doing a pretty good job on the outside.
Mid-pack.
Yeah, right. And he moved his way. He was in second, but think about the draft with these trucks, and now he fell back to what? Is that 4th, 5th back there? Yeah, man, it's something. But
what I like doing in these trucks right here, the first stage, is I like to put my truck in a little bit of traffic, see how quick it's going to pull up, make sure the handling, see if I need to tweak anything that first stop. Because a lot of times you're in traffic. This is a draft game. Let's be serious about it. And if you can't control good under the back of somebody, then your race is pretty much mid to backpack. So looks like these guys are sizing everybody up for sure.
Well, we're halfway through the stage.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Yeah, watching Bulldog lap 20 of 40 in the first stage here. Lap times are looking pretty darn good. Bulldog hit his fastest lap, his record lap in this draft. You got to think about how. Oh man, the 41 cuts to the bottom right in front of the 2, a Celtics fan, and wow, I don't know if that was luck or if that 41 is just that good of fast fed where he knew he was clear down there, but that could have been disastrous. But
what truck is Fluffy in?
I haven't seen Fluffy in here. And you know what? Of course, the lineup on top for me is gone. So.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think I messed that up because I was talking to Fluffy and I just had him on my mind. So yeah. it could have been a mess up. So I think the 21 with Nick I'm gonna pick that young man, he's a
He's back.
fast
He's
driver.
backed out, David.
Oh, he's backed out. Well, I'm gonna go with 51 then.
Man,
He's trying to safe
what
pick. I
bad
thought he
luck,
figured him out.
Dave. Ah,
Oh,
dude.
Bulldogs blowing it down.
But
to
I
get
know
into
what
the
you mean,
pits.
man, with names, man. My mom goes through the entire family, like back, back in the day when we were all living at home. She go through the whole family before she gets to my name. Names are a little tough.
Yeah, they
Especially
are.
when you're in trouble.
Especially when you're 49 years old.
Yo, you live it up, bro. You keep it going, man. And Bulldog is on pit road in that 24 I see on his screen. Let's see if there's any strategy play behind that. Remember, this is 3 times wear, so it makes things a little different.
I didn't catch the number of the truck, Nick, Dave, but there's another truck that just dipped off on the pit road.
That was the 24. Oh, unless there's a third. Oh, 16.
No, the 24 went
16.
first. There's another truck that just did. Yeah, 16.
Yeah,
That
16.
was that Scout
Bulldog
bump.
took 2 tires.
And if you notice, Fast Fed, he's going to come down pit road here. A lot of these times when you see these guys that are running in the pack and then they actually go down to the apron on the inside.
On the backstretch.
Backstretch.
Oh, wreck.
Oh, a big one.
Oh yeah, it looks. I'm looking on with Fast Fed right now, and thanks for saying that because it made me go to it. But I got a good view of that little wreck right there, and they are under caution. But from the back, Will, what you were saying about going down on the backstretch?
If you see a truck shoot off and go below that yellow line down there, they're letting everyone know behind them, hey, look, I'm about to go to pit road. That way everybody can give them room. Not to say that they always get room, because as you see right here, somebody didn't see it.
Yo, telltale sign right there that someone's gonna pit though, and that's another thing too, how they're being very, courteous and respectful of each other right now.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting how that changes later on. But it is a good little thing to see, and it looks like as we're going green, that 41 there of Fast Fed has the lead with the 18 of Chiza. We haven't talked anything about him yet, so I'd love to see what this cat could do.
So did that trap Bulldog and Scout Bunk a lap down, or did they get the waiver in?
That's a darn good question. Man, I didn't really look at that.
I think they're both a lap down. I don't know. I don't think they got free pass.
That's too bad. Hopefully someone got a lucky dog, and hopefully they weren't 2 laps down. But I think with the speed of these trucks that they wouldn't have gone to, especially with how tight the racing is. And the 41's doing a good job holding the lead, holding that line on the bottom. Everyone's doing a really good job of holding it there, man. This is just a train ride. I skip back to the 2 here. That 2 is driven by Celtics fan. And, he's in the same boat with Galen. I've been watching him for a while too, and it's just all improvements from him as he moves up to 10th in this 11 car, or 9th in this 11 car field, but one unfortunately fell out. Goes up the track a bit.
He's one of those younger guys, very quiet, very respectful. Never seen him get really tore up on an issue. Not that he lets anyone walk over him, but he's one of those guys that gives a ton of respect and gets a ton of respect back.
That's all it, man. And like, Dave, you and I race together all the time, man. And I feel like crap. Nice!
Got in the grass
wow.
And washed up and took out Bulldog.
Yeah, I saw that as kind of an accordion effect, because it kind of looked like the 88 moved down a bit, and then it kind of ruined everyone else's rhythm. I don't know if you guys saw
the grass.
Yeah, he definitely got all 4 in the grass coming through there.
So they're under caution, and I'm looking at Bulldogs because that was a great point asking what's going on with the laps and who's a lap down. They're all of them except for Bulldog. Bulldog was 1 lap down, but thanks to this caution, he's going to get back on the lead lap. In a sec, I'll be able to let you know, or if you guys see it before I do, just what lap they're on with this first stage. Unless it's the end, it may be the end. But Fast Fred is in the lead. I'm watching who's going for pit road and who isn't.
And for those out there that don't know who Fast Fed is in the 41 truck, he's actually FedEx 11.
Right. And
He's actually a pro league. He's actually 10K fed. He's the guy that won the first race in Miami.
I remember that. Yeah, he won like 10 grand off that.
Yeah,
that was exciting as heck to watch.
Fed.
Yeah.
And now he actually runs the Dude Wipes number 32 in the esports pro league. So
well,
go out there
dude,
and get you a pack of Dude Wipes.
There you go. A little product placement. You know, he does a good job getting around 1 and 2.
I'd be happy with just 10 grand.
Yeah. I'd be happy to be leading a dang race. I don't know about you guys. But no, he's doing a great job. All these drivers are doing a pretty well job, and you know, they said they're doing custom setups, and sometimes you never know how things are going to span out. But they're all pretty much packed together. I don't know if that's the 74 in the way back, but he doesn't want to leave that draft, whoever it is. Maybe the 18.
That's Dagger.
It's Dagger in the back in the 74.
Yeah, that's my pick, man. He was in that earlier, that first caution, and he's been riding in the back. Looks like he's content to ride it out in the back and let these guys wrestle around for a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude. That's how I am.
3, he's gonna come on.
No, that's how I am. I don't want to stress myself out early in the race. You know, if I know what my truck can do, then I'm gonna be content wherever. But it depends on if you want points or if you want wins. You know, and if you want to be in a situation too.
We got one on the apron. Everybody getting 5 wide. It's a big one.
Looked like the 51 may have gotten with the 24 there, and they just jumbled everyone up. But
oh man, no caution.
That's insane. That's like 5 cars right there, or 5 trucks.
That's the only thing suspect about this game here, man. They'll throw a caution for somebody getting sideways, or they'll have a 5-car wreck, and you'll never see a flag.
I swear.
They get that straightened out in the next game.
I think Bulldog got the worst of that. He's back to 8.
Yeah, he did, but thankfully, Dave, the stage is going to be over in 3 laps now. And he hasn't gone a lap down or anything, so he's just going to have to regroup and just kind of charge ahead, trying to find the leader here.
DK's flexing his muscles. He's going around the outside, seeing if he can't pass old Smoke Fan. Fast fed, he's just sitting back there. Oh, they about getting in.
Wow, real loose coming off 4 for Fast Fed.
Exactly. Well, he was actually trying to not hit the 98. The 98 was up in the margins and got really sideways coming off. So
2 to go.
I joined that fight a little too late. I didn't see the 98 get involved with it, but 2 to go.
You,
thanks.
I got you.
Yeah, this is perfect. You know, so one thing I'm thinking with what I was saying before is Smoke Fan gets to 1 to go. They're all spread out. Looks like there's a fight for 3rd. Someone gets in the grass, spin around. It looked like that was the 98, a DK. But it's positioning, you know, where you are in the track. Because I've seen so many races, and even in real life, where there will be a leader who's leading for a long time, and then all of a sudden he's stuck in the middle of the pack. And then he can't, and then it's tough for him to move. I want to see who's able to have a truck that's going to be able to deal with different scenarios as they finish up stage 1. Nice win there for the 88 for stage 1 with Smoke Fan. Fast Fed, you never know with that 41 if he had another lap. But the 88 got it with Smoke Fan. Another lap, maybe. I don't know. But
it kind of looked like he was closing in.
Oh yeah.
He was content to ride back in 3rd because he knew that he wasn't going to be able to make a pass with the laps, you know, coming down like that. They had a 5-car lead on him. I think he wanted to start in the 3rd spot on the inside, you know, on the restart. So now he's going to be starting on the outside of Smoke Fan if, you know, all lines up as well as they finished here.
Yeah, and you know,
not where you want to be.
Oh no, unfortunately not, man.
Outside.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it really depends on what you want to do, but you're not gonna have a good time gaining positions if you're stuck on the outside, unless someone on the inside gives a gap. Unless you find a gap and you can get down there. But it's your boy Chase gets third on that one. We haven't really talked much about that cat. He's in the 51 truck as we look along for the start of stage 2. On the front of the 88, he's doing a good job pulling it on the bottom with the 41 on the outside. 51's giving a huge bump, but we almost saw an accordion effect just wreck that bottom line. But these guys, you know, they're talented. That's why they're doing this. That's why we're watching right now, because they're observant of changes. These trucks don't have brake lights. You can't see when someone's hitting the brakes, slowing down, and I think they see what's going on ahead as the 51.
Way on the inside.
Oh,
Bulldog gets shoved down.
I think Bulldog's trying to get a check from on the yard.
You got a new landscaper here. Oh, the 51 and the 98. Yeah, so, alright, I was looking from the back, like from the 88 on back, and I think they just kind of both went in the same spot at the same time. I can't believe there's not a caution. It looks like they're still keeping the truck straight. As the 16, a Scout, gets in the grass a little bit but keeps it together. Gonna run around the back here a little bit.
A lot of people that play this game a lot know that there's about a 6-8 track rotation. Some tracks are tighter, some tracks are looser. It looks like these guys really got a loose track tonight, because a lot of these guys, they're definitely not aiming for the grass, but they're definitely going through it.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys have like quirks with tracks or things that you know keep your memory. And I'm just gonna stop myself for a second. It looks like, unfortunately, that 13, a Galen. Dang, man, he fell out of the race. I'm sorry, Galen, man. You're doing an awesome job there. But
he did an awesome job last night, man. I was really excited to get to see you running this race here.
And you know what? That's it. I'm done. I'm quitting. I'm out. You know, he's done it. You know I'm sorry for you, Galen. The 88, the leader gets in the grass a bit. Oh man, look at the respect though. He stays on the bottom. He knew he had a little mishap, and he keeps it from knocking out the others.
I think Bulldog got into the side of him, just tapped him on the side.
Ah, no.
But if you notice, the guys that was actually at the front of the pack right now are all mauled up together, bumper to bumper in the back of the pack. We're going to see if this 88, 98, and 51 can get together and see if they can't catch the tail end of this field.
Yo, that'd be great to see. You got to see them work together and move. You don't really want that side by side. You just go with what you got and get moving. And Dave, I didn't even see that, man. I didn't even see that with the 24 and him. So I had a completely different perspective, and that's good to know.
Oh, Dave's got the eagle eye. He done caught.
I know, man.
We better start paying attention.
Oh yeah, let's eat our carrots, man. Get those eyes going.
I like watching the back of the pack. I see more stuff going on in the back.
Yo, you see, that's funny. I like watching the front, but watching behind. Like, I'm on the front end of the truck looking behind, and it looks like the top groove on the back stretch, 3rd to 5th, those 3 cars are getting some steam trying to catch up to 1st and 2nd, but you're not going to beat the shortest way around in this track. Actually, I don't know. They're still moving.
I think if they had one more truck up there, it actually takes 2 to pass one truck on the bottom. So if they can get another truck hooked up top, they can actually get around the bottom 2. But then you have that guy that'll get pushed around and he'll jump on the bottom and take the lead. So, you know, might be hesitant to jump up there and try to help that pack get around. A lot of people just like to hug that bottom and just see what happens. But looks like those guys
kind of
aren't
worried
giving
about
up
smoke
up top
right now. I don't know if he's got a hot dog wrapper on the front end or not.
Dude, right?
Well,
you know, he's trying to grab on for everything he's got.
His truck might be set up to run out front. You've seen him up front the whole time. He qualified on the pole, so he's definitely, you know, can put a hot lap in. He might be handling, you know, truck is mishandling a little bit back there in traffic in that dirty area. So,
man, this is
drive up through the back.
this is crazy. The last 2 laps we saw the outside line just inching forward and inching forward, but I think the 16 is Scout had a little bit of trouble there. I'm really impressed with these guys and how they're able to keep their composure and hit their marks so well to run side by side like this going so fast. That outside line lost the 3rd truck. I believe that was the 2. Celtics fell off a tiny bit, but he's with him. That might help him. He drops to the bottom. Oh, man.
Terrible.
Oh, that's
Come
too
on,
bad.
Celtics. You almost had it passed.
Well, you know what? Maybe he's learning. Maybe
up.
he's learning for later, you know? Like, you don't want to show all your cards right away.
Yeah.
But I got a question for you guys. I think it's the 74 that was out back with Smoke. And knowing where you're at in the race, and you've got stage races, so you know everything's going to get jumbled back up. Would you have slowed down a bit to try and pick up Smoke and see if you can get forward again?
That can actually go both ways, man.
Exactly. That's why I asked the question. Yeah.
If you're scared of him and know that he's got a fast truck and that's the man to beat, not to say he's scared, but just know that he's got the hot rod for the night, and you might not want to drop back there and help him none.
Yeah, I think it depends.
You may. Yeah.
But like
I would drop back there and help him just in case at the end of the race I might need him. I might need that hot rod to help me out. So.
Exactly. And
I know Smoke's gonna watch this later, so I'm not gonna say anything.
You wouldn't drop. No, it depends. Like, all right, so the 41 goes down into the 16. They go both ways there. 16 goes up into, I think that was the 74, the 16 or 18.
Caution.
Man, that's unbelievable, man.
Terrible, guy.
I remember people would be like, hit the brakes, you know.
Oh! He just gave him the howdy high five right there, right in the door.
Ah, man, I missed it. 16 and 41 are still trying to... I'm going to stick with that 41 for a sec. Let's see if
he just tested out his Hans device.
Shoot.
We may need to call the 16s next to kin on that shot right there.
My gosh, my buddy, one of the dudes we race with, up front, and War Machine. One time I think it was War Machine. He was saying, because I was like pissed that I was wrecking a lot, and he's like, "Oh, you got to just tell your girl to get your girl a baseball bat and have her stand next to you. Anytime you hit a wall, she hits you in the ribs. So, that'll teach you to not screw up."
The 98 just drove around on the outside with the 51's help, and they hooked up and passed Bulldog.
That's pretty good, man. That's gonna be some learning pieces right there. I forget which truck I was on watching forward there. I was so busy telling anecdotes, but it looks like the 51 now is moving up.
See, I like this. Those guys, those top 5 guys are really mixing it up front. No one's showing favoritism. If there's an inch, they're jumping in it.
Oh yeah,
they're really mixing it up.
Take advantage of it.
24 trying to get another 98.
Bulldog takes it all the way below the yellow to try to get on the inside pocket of the 98 car.
Looks like a few were hitting pit road. See, that's funny. When I saw them go down on the backstretch, I didn't know if that was a block and move or if that was to let everyone know they're going to pit road. But apparently it was that. It looks like there's 21 laps to go, maybe 20 laps to go. Once he starts to cross the start-finish line in stage 2. Let's see what kind of strategy he plays.
What do you think about this, Dave, about Celtics staying out an extra lap? Do you think he just wanted to get the pit road cleared out where he wouldn't run into anyone?
Oh, yeah. I think that's just a little more time you got to get extra fuel. I mean, I think it's going to be a fuel mileage race.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset with myself, Dave and Will, because I wish that I just did a mock race just to see what it could have been. But Yeah, man, do it, try it, and I'd love for it to be like that. And Will, you asked Dave, do you think he stayed out just to kind of have a clear entry? I hate hitting pit road when I've got dudes behind me.
Well, I've actually been in a
It's no
couple
fun.
situations. A couple guys come in, you wear yours down, get your stable, get sent into pit road at a proper speed, and then you got those guys that underestimated the speed they was running and come and knock you halfway down pit road, and you
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
penalty and they don't. So I've been on both ends. Accidents happen, but
Yeah, and again, like I was saying, you never know what situation is going to play out right. Looks like Bulldog is in the lead right now. We were talking about pitting late. I think that 24, unless he just had because everyone else behind the 24 is real close with him. I think he just had a better pit. As he's got,
yeah, I think so
it's your
too.
boy
And
Chase in the 51 right there.
Ooh,
and
98
that
just hit the
outlet,
wall.
that outlet before trucks actually was a lot stronger getting up through the gears with that wind getting taken off in actual one truck by itself. So
Oh yeah.
he made a load up when everybody hit pit road, and made us slow down right there and cost him a couple valuable tenths second. So
Jeez. And see, that could be another downfall to that too, waiting. Then you're gonna lose a little bit on draft. Or if you go early, it's kind of like just do you want to follow others or do you want to do your own thing? Man, it's so tough to call. And that's why it's tough for these dudes. They're drivers and crew chiefs all at the same time.
yeah,
98 comes at the inside of 51.
Doing a great job on the inside there too. That 51 sees what's going on. He knows he's on the high side. That 98 had the draft of the 18 and the 24. Is smart move. Just get in line and go. And you mentioned the two with Celtics. If you look at him, he's kind of on an island by himself right now. He's sitting in fifth.
what would you do if you was him? Would you drop back and maybe try to pick up a couple more guys to get back up through there and
No, well let
hit
me
on sequence with them, or
let
would
me
you just
see
try
how
to run around?
let me see how far back everyone else. No, like I'm looking from the front on back of Celtics. I'm taking the time right now to figure this truck out a bit to see what I may want to do
Hey,
in
the way
the
those
final
guys are
stage.
mixing it up front, he might pass all four of them at one time if they keep on wrestling around. Like
There
that.
you go. Yeah, he could be in the catbird seat. Exactly. There's so many ways that this could go.
The four up front should really just line up and just drive off.
That's how I feel, Dave. That's what I would want to do. Dave, I think
That's
we're learning a lot
asphalt
about
racing,
each
what
other
we do.
for our next races together. I don't want to pass you. You
Dave's
know,
gonna
like
quit talking again. You got
oh
he's letting
dang.
the cat out of the bag, Dave. He's
No,
writing notes
no,
on
no, dude, we're gonna work together, man. But you gotta understand when you have something real fast and when you don't. But you also need to have that aggression and that confidence in yourself. Sometimes I think too much of what I've got, when I'm running. That's why I'm in the booth and not running these races. I'm not
Bulldog just hit the grass.
as hard as they all are with trying new things or just hitting it to the wind. And but it's good to see this stuff, and it looks like someone might be getting lapped.
Yeah, now it's starting to line up.
Is that the 98 of DK?
Yep.
I think it's
Sitting in third.
That's actually Smoke Fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's yellow trucks, man.
So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see Bulldog. You know that's his what Bulldog is Smoke's protege. So you're gonna see maybe Bulldog pulls up on the bumper and gives him a little shot and pushes him around to the end of the stage, or see if he wants to pass him and put that lap on him.
So if I was Smoke Fan, You know, I'm looking at the laps left, and I'm about to see it in a second. But you also got to think about everyone in front of him. There's 10 laps left. There's, you know, he'll be the first one lap down. I would be okay if I was the 88 to just let them by. Because I know I have, there's a high possibility they won't catch that next guy and have another truck.
Have you ever raced with Smoke Fan?
Nah.
There's
Not really.
no pull over in that guy. He'd be 4 laps down and he'll race with the lead pack.
See, there we go.
Not
there we go.
causing
That's the
any
difference.
accidents or
Yep.
anything.
Yep.
He just loves to be up front. You know?
See, good. I'm
51
happy
just
that
took the
that
lead.
happened then.
Oh, they're trying to pass him right outside. We're
Man.
gonna see if they're gonna team up and go around him.
He is
It's
not
be a
giving up that
statement
bottom.
race. No, he's not.
Will,
And-
what you
and
said,
something-
man. Dude, the 24. Oh man,
Loyal.
Bulldog wants that lead. He knows he's got some help with draft on the bottom, especially if, like you said, that 88 doesn't pull over and let people by. But he goes up track a bit.
Oh, he gets on his outside pocket here. We're gonna see. Oh, he jumps back behind me.
Oh man, to
I would
me,
take this opportunity to put that truck a lap down. To be honest with you.
I see. That's what scares me. Because if he tries to go on the outside, and it looks like a few trucks are pitting again right before the stage end, but if he goes on the outside, that's how the 51 just lost the lead. Dave, great point out that he got it, but I want to stay with the 88.
51. I think the 51's trying to tell him, come on out. Come on, let's get past him.
Uh-huh.
I think so.
Or
too,
come on
Dave.
out so
That's
that
what
I
I'm
can
thinking
get down on the bottom of you. Ah, man. It's just so many different ways it could go. And now the 51 doing that move, the 98 just, it's a
18's
clear
on pit
move.
road. 18 just jumped out at lead pack and hit pit road.
Man, are they going to have to pit another time? There's 6 laps left. They're coming on 5 to go in this stage.
I'm interested to see. I hate that the 18 truck actually hit pit road because I'm thinking it's going to definitely take those 3 trucks to team up. Bulldog's not going to come out from behind the 88 truck. As long as he rides back there in his back pocket, he's still got the lead, even though, you know, he's riding in second spot. But he has
Yeah, he's got the lead. He's got the protection.
Around the outside. Yeah.
Right. So what do you
They're
think
gonna
about
have to
that
get him
8?
off that line.
What do you think about that 51 right there? Is he kind of like giving a little bit of hint, like, come on guys, let's try and get the
he
top
ain't
line
giving
going
it.
to get around? That
He's
51,
not
I
giving
think.
a hint, Nick. He's begging.
Yeah,
He's not giving a hint.
I hear ya.
Please
I hear
come
ya,
out.
yeah.
Here you go.
51's pitting.
Oh wow! I turned back to the front of the truck for 1 second and he's gone. Thanks, thank you so much for saying that. I would have been like, where the heck did this guy go? But that must have been a killer move on pit road.
Yeah, but that looked like it was out of frustration. He was riding, you know, up against the wall, just practically begging someone to jump out and ride with him, try to get around that 24 truck. Oh, he takes gas only. 3-second pit
Bulldog
stop.
pits.
Back out. 51 truck took gas only.
Man, so it's funny. Like that's kind of why I wish I did a mock race myself to see if they're doing this because of strategy for the final stage or if they really needed to do this. But it seems like with everyone going down pit road, maybe they do really need to do it.
Yeah, and those guys that was in the back, the 41, the 16, and the 74 truck, and all Celtic fan pulls out of the groove, gets up against the wall.
See, I don't believe in that. That should be a penalty.
What do you mean?
Oh, going up? Are you saying going up the track? Or
What do you mean, Dave?
yeah, I missed it. Like leagues all have different rules. I don't know if you're talking about like just pulling up on the track or not.
Yeah, what Celtics did was he went up against the wall and let the guys that was, you know, racing below him get around him, and then he went to pit. He actually lost time doing that. I may have said it wrong.
Okay,
You might have
okay.
thought I was talking about coming
Oh, he's
straight
going
up
on the pit
track.
road.
Yeah.
All right, all
Yeah,
right.
he's going on the pit. I
Oh,
think
he's
it was
going on the
two.
pit road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, because sometimes when I have people right below me, or right behind me, and I'm hitting pit road, sometimes I feel like right now with the truck I got, I'm going to be able to slow down and not lose it and screw other people over if I'm on the high side. Maybe he thought, all right, if I'm on the low, I'm probably going to make a mistake and take some guys out. But it looks like the 51 is right. He just got around the 24. The 24 right now is in 4th, and they're on the last lap. Who's gonna get this stage win?
And
was it the 88? I think it was the 88, dude. Even though he was almost a lap down. Let's see here. So Bulldog in the 24 finished 4th. Yeah, the 88 Smoke Fan finished 1st in that stage. He stretched it to not have to pit again. Yo, we were worried that he was gonna get
from the back.
Yeah, from the back. That's you, Will. You should have known that. Come on, dude. It's your name. Nah, I'm playing, but you know, like that just shows to me that he went through the race. He got lucky though, I think, because he got, you know, he pitted later than everyone. He almost went a lap down. And
definitely had to
that draft, yeah, like he wasn't by himself. If he was by himself, who knows? Who knows?
I'm interested to see these guys re-rack them up and see who's got. We've already seen who's got a little bit of muscle, who's already had a little bit of frustration out of each other. I think this is going to get interesting this last stage, guys.
Man, I know. And we're going to have a lot of laps to go, man. Think about it. 130 laps. We're going to be starting with, what,
67 laps, I think, would be in
67 to go.
I'm not exactly sure if I remember correctly from our race. But
I think it's 48 laps to left.
48.
Yeah, 47 right now.
Okay.
As the 88 holding that lead, sticking on the bottom. Man, these guys are nose to tail and keeping it clean. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. Oh, man. That's some tight racing.
And we've lost some guys already. The 74 of Dagger Racing, I don't know when he actually left. He might have had some connection issues. We've already lost 3 or 4 guys out of this race, so we've got.
Whoa,
man! Patience,
Dave, what'd you see there? What'd you see, Eagle Eye, Dave?
All I seen cars or trucks going sideways there. That's all I see.
Looks like somebody cut the roof off and dropped them down in there.
Yep.
Oh shoot! Yeah, man.
I'm gonna tell you what we didn't see.
They're close racing,
dude.
We
didn't see patience. These guys are really getting after it.
Didn't see
that
patience.
Might be the retaliation from re-racking from the earlier incident in stage 2. They might have finally got to that door, to that bumper they've been trying to get to the last few laps. And see what happens.
Man. Smoke
well,
fans.
While we're under caution, I'm going to step away from Michael for a minute.
Yo, do it to it, Dave. And Smoke, he said there's a little game glitch. That is very unfortunate. And it looks like there was a little strategy, which is fun. You know, they only ran, not even 2 laps, I think. So that's what it gets scary about strategy going into play. And the 16 is Scout. We see him up front once again. I see him as a real big sleeper. When he's in the back, he just kind of watches. And he strikes when the time's right. So I'd like to see what happens with him. The 24... Oh man, Bulldog is no help up top. Is that inside line really has got it going.
And you remember he rode in second spot, pushing Smoke Fan around a lap car around a few laps. So those guys remember that. Sometimes racers have a very, very short memory, a few laps, but sometimes they'll remember the whole race that's going on there.
Yeah, that's it, man. And like I have a bad memory, but I'll remember some things like that. Cause it means a lot when you're putting time and effort into this. These guys put the time and effort into it. This is a game, right? But racing isn't a game. You know, yeah. It's real
All
stuff.
These guys are ultra competitive. Anybody that actually picks up a controller or a wheel, because a few of these guys are on controllers, a few of these guys are on wheels. I know Smoke Fan, Bulldog are actually on steering wheels. I think the rest of the guys might be on controllers. There might be a few guys here and there. I think it's your bro Chase is on a wheel also. But
But
it can get a little sketchy from time to time.
it's crazy because again with double-edged sword type things, there's good and bad to either or. Like for myself, man, I'm on a wheel with I use the shifter and I use the clutch in this game, and dude, I'm nothing special at all, but I enjoy it. I enjoy going through it. I hate to call my teammate out in my league, but I remember last year we were doing a road course, and I wasn't doing that well when we were practicing together. He's like, maybe go back to the controller, and I got offended by it. I was like, no, I like doing this. I'm gonna work hard on this. So being able to be good at either or, it's just impressive. It really shows how good these guys really are, man. Looks like a little bulldog.
Oh, we got one in the apron there.
Oh, as he took the 18 out. And I heard Dave again. Welcome back, brother.
Yeah.
And caution looks like.
You want to do though for camaraderie issues and stuff. If you get knocked down or pushed down onto that yellow line, or if you hit the butter yourself,
right,
the best thing to do is try to keep it woed up, keep it down there if you can. I know it sucks to lose the track position and everything else, but everybody else didn't make that same mistake you did. You know, you got to think about everything. Keeping the race green.
Yeah, and one thing that I hold close with my racing personality, and Dave, I bet you think the same way, especially talking about the kids, right, that are still learning. Whenever something happens to me, I put myself in that situation. I could have done something to not be in that situation. So if I went under the apron like that, I'm not going to jump back on track. I'm gonna bite the bullet and stick with it.
Yeah, you have to do everything you can to keep it down there. I mean, I know there's times where it won't stay down, but you're gonna have to.
You got to try everything you can. Yeah, everything you can. And I was saying before about how we're gonna be able to tell when people do things intentional or not. I can tell when someone's trying to save it, and it just, it's just too late. But it looks like the outside line is gonna try and make a move. 98 jumps up. He had a good eye seeing that 2, but the 2 doesn't stick low enough down. Oh, man, I think if the 2 stayed on that 98, they could have been making some moves, but now this kind of gives the 16 a chance to hop up. The 2 gets down on the inside line. 98 sees that the outside just dissipated. He comes back. He had an opening. Good call. Good call. I like that. I like that little bit of racing. They've got about 34 laps to go or so, and I like to think of experimenting here with what just happened, and he just went right back to it.
Yeah, that 98 truck at DK Brown, he's already showed he had a little bit of muscle. He may be one to actually be able to make a pass around the outside if he gets a couple partners to come with him.
Oh man, for sure. And what's hard for us, I think, or for me at least, is I haven't really seen one dominant truck. Have you guys seen a dominant truck? If not a dominant truck, do you think that there's one that may do a little better than the others?
No, the way I look at it, they're all pretty much the same right now.
Yeah. So Dave, you think it's drafting that's gonna do it? Picking the right line. Who knows?
Yeah, you got to get behind that one person that's going to take you to the end.
Dave, honestly, I wish you were in this. I wish I could see you in this race right now. You know why?
Oh, I don't.
Because no, dude. I think that your mindset might be good for this. I'm not gonna lie, Dave. For our league, I talk to the other guys. We practice together and stuff. We always think, what's Dave gonna do with strategy, man? It's all there. So I think that I hope that kind of plays a part. That's why I would have liked to seen you in here. But Will, what's your? How do you really go about it, man? You go balls to the walls, or do you keep your cool and strike when the moment comes?
I'm more of a I'm not gonna run over you at all. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna force an issue, that's gonna just drive you ultra hard. I can tell that if you're sitting back waiting for the guys in front of you, you know, 2, 3 wide to figure out what they're going, I'm not gonna force you into a mistake.
Right,
I
right.
like the race to come to me, but that's you know solely the reason why I'm leading the points at MBN in the Truck Series.
Dude,
You know, you've actually commentated a few of our races.
yo,
over
and,
there.
And I
and
think
that's the
that's
smart
why
way to
the
put it.
younger generation, and I think that's why the younger generation shows hardly any respect to older guys, and they think they can win every weekend, but they can't.
Yeah, you got to know
Well,
what you got. You got to know. You have to understand what you have under you, Dave. And dude, I totally agree with you. And we see a change for the lead. Dude, that 24, man, a Bulldog just flew past the 41 of Fast Fed with the help of that 16. I don't know if you guys saw that lap before. I believe it was the 98. He got into the wall around turn 3, almost took the back of the field out, and dude, he kept it in line. What a sick save, dude. That was a sick save that I saw there. But man, it's every week isn't the end. You know? Keep doing more than what?
It took more than him for that save. The other guy actually had to check up
and
not run through him, because you can save your truck, and then the next second you got a guy behind you that won't let off the gas pedal, runs slap through you and wrecks you out anyway. But that was one hell of a save by the 98 of DK Brown.
Yo, thank you for bringing that up, man, because that's a big part of how these guys run together. They're so observant. They know what to do to keep their momentum. You know, a lot of it is keeping the momentum, and you got to be cool. And Dave, you can't be a young gun and think that you could just run right through. I'm not trying to pick on young guns. It could be anyone. But you gotta understand it. And all of these racers here, dude, they get it. And this fight for the lead, like, if I was in this right now, if I was in the lead, dude, I wouldn't be able to hold the lead for this long, that's for sure. And my heart would be going. Bulldog is doing a killer job sticking on the bottom. That 16's right on his tail. He just
posted his fastest lap, 30.054.
Well,
and that's his record.
I'm so happy that happened when I said that. What a happy accident that was.
Good lap. And that's an out front lap too, guys. So you know that guy in third and fourth spot might have ran a 29.8. You might see a couple of these guys' names flash on the all-time leaderboard, because the all-time leaderboard right now is a 29.801 to get in 10th spot. So hopefully a couple of these guys get to, put their name on that leaderboard. It's rough ever since they changed the 10-10 camber.
I know, man. I would love to see that happen tonight. And from what we're watching, I think that's very possible. These guys are doing a heck of a job. Keeping their composure, keeping their cool, man. My heart rate would be nuts. I can't do it. That 41 goes up top a bit. I don't know how he was able to find that opening back. That's happened a lot with that 41 there of Fast Fed. He's been able to get lucky and sneak back down in line, I feel.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's more difficult to save a vehicle, a car or truck, with a controller or a steering wheel?
Definitely a controller.
It's harder because I'm gonna go back to double-edged swords, and this will take me a minute to say. A minute's kind of a long time when you're talking and think about it. So with the controller, you have less range of motion than with a wheel. Like with a wheel, I can be able to turn it more. I feel like I have more range of motion. I can be more precise. It's hard to be precise on a controller. You can easily screw up a controller and wreck. But I think that in the opposite effect, the double-edged sword, it's tougher for me to turn into a corner. I take more time to turn into a corner because I have to spin the wheel with my hands, like a lot. And guys on controllers just, a little flick of the thumb and you're there. So it's definitely tougher to save a vehicle on a controller, in my opinion.
I
Might
can
as well.
actually tell if you're on a controller, if you're on a wheel. Can you actually tell, Dave, if you're riding in traffic? Can you tell that guy ahead of you's on a wheel, and you know that you can bump him a little harder, or can you tell the difference between a controller and a steering wheel as you're riding behind
Not
someone?
really. Not really.
No, I've never been able to tell, in my opinion.
I'm so focused on that yellow line when I'm in the turns that I don't even look at that truck in front of me.
Okay.
Yo, Will, all right, that's awesome. What do you see?
Well, it's different things. The guys on a controller actually can dive it off in there.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more shaky, a little bit more suspect. A guy on a wheel, you can actually give it to him. I mean, you can hit him square as long as y'all are both pointed straight in the right direction. You can actually hit him a lot harder. Y'all can make up a lot more time per se than if I'm working with a guy.
Pit stops going on.
Yo, that makes a ton of sense, dude. I'm gonna get back to that, but yeah, Bulldog in that in the 24 and Fast Fed, they pit together here. They've got 20 laps to go. Estimate fuel, man, it doesn't look like it's there. So hopefully they made the right decision. Let's see how much longer these guys stay out as I'm watching with the 16. The 16, oh yeah, 3 dudes, 98, almost lost to 18. What a 6 save. Holy cow.
Bulldog has got a speeding penalty.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
No.
Oh, dude, that's... thanks for saying it, Dave.
That's my
I wouldn't have noticed that, man.
I've lost 3 races this year with that speeding on pit road last pit stop, man. I feel his pain right now. To have such a good truck, be able to run up front all night. Made a few mistakes, but you know nothing that you know we're gonna write home about. But that's really unfortunate with that.
And it looks like the final 3 are pitting here. That's the 51, the 2, and the 88. Oh man, so the 51 of Chase, it's your boy Chase. Haven't talked about him a lot. Let's see. Let's hope that this plays out for him. Celtics fan, and the 288 a Smoke fan.
I want to take a second and talk about the 18 truck. Could you tell me his name again?
Yeah, dude. The 18 is Chiza. Dude, he's on my friends list. I've raced a couple of esports deals with him at qualifiers. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that guy right there. He's not been impressive with speed. Tonight he's been in the back of the pack all night long, but he's been able to hang with the guys up front. But I'm going to tell you, he's really impressed me more than any of the guys that's been up front with his class of racing. He's not ran over anyone. He's just riding back there in the back pocket, not trying to cause any havoc. You know, running with these big boys up here. I'm proud of him, man. I am too, but there's one thing that I'm concerned about. Or not that I'm concerned about, but that I'm thinking about. He just got around the 41 on the outside as they're coming up to those last 3 that pitted. But I think the 41 is trying something here. I don't know if any of the drivers in this race are watching and listening to us, but I think that 41 is trying something. 41's been strong all night, and he just let someone pass him on the outside. There's got to be more to it.
He may be saving that little extra lap or 2 of fuel that we're going to have.
I believe there's 15 to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, dude. There is.
Car, Dave, does it show that they're actually going to be good with their last stop, or we're going to have some guys on the edge?
I think we're going to have some guys on the edge.
Yeah, I agree. With Bulldog being the first one to pit, that's the only one that I was able to see the stats, and he was, I think, to me, he was outside the window to be able to save and make it without losing too much time. But
yeah, I think he's 3 laps short.
Yeah, that's.
Well, you had I don't know if you guys know about these trucks here at actual Atlanta, but you don't actually lift at all. You have it matted to the floor all the way around this track. Never want to come off of it. So saving fuel, you're actually going to lose a ton of time doing that. So let's hope it works out for him.
That's a good point. Unless maybe, what about if you're behind someone in a draft? Because you got to think about that 41. Right now, he's just holding on to the tail end of these 4 trucks.
And he may be just using as much gas to stay up on them.
Just to stick with it. Who knows, man?
You can save fuel. You can pump the throttle.
And going back to Bulldog, you know, he didn't have enough gas, and he's running 8th right now, but also like Dave, you mentioned he had that speeding penalty. That's going to hurt, and I don't know about the chances of having a caution. I can't wait to see how aggressive these guys get, because Dave, you said they're under what? They're like 13 to go or so. I can't wait to see what happens with this front pack. I believe the 88's in the lead. That's just what I believe, or what I see. But
88, 51, 2,
yeah.
18, and 41 is your top 5.
See, there we go, man. And man,
Well,
that 24
the 18 we haven't
needs
talked
caution.
about much tonight.
No,
Yeah, that's who I was talking about a little bit ago, Dave. He's really impressed me with. He's been mixing it up in the back. He's really not forced anything. He showed a mature style of racing.
He dives under the 2, take third spot.
Huh?
And that was a nice move by both of them. 18 kept his cool. He saw what was going on. I think the 2 also noticed, all right, I got in there a little hot. Maybe he got in there a little hot, or maybe he was saying, I don't want to be in this position right now. I need to save a little bit. Who knows, man? It could go so many different ways. That's the great part about this racing, is that there's so many different things that could happen. We've seen so many different leaders in this
18's
race.
making a move
Wow.
on the 51 on the inside here.
Oh, man.
He might have been saving his stuff. What about that?
Yeah, good point. Not show it. He's being aggressive late. That's when it counts. Good call, man, with the 18. The 41, and now he's making moves up top. Oh, man. As soon as we start talking about the 18, then they work the other way around, and they're coming up to another truck.
That's a Bulldog that they're coming up to.
Yeah, Bulldog's really trying to save. He's got a lot to save.
We're gonna see,
and he's got to make up 15 seconds.
If Smoke Fan actually returns the favor and rides behind him for a few laps, or if he goes ahead and takes.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're gonna.
No, see the 24 can't. He's not in the position fuel-wise to be able to do it. Oh, the 18. Oh,
the 18
man.
missed pit road.
No, I think he took turn. He went around 3 and 4 a little weird, and oh man,
I don't know if he was going down pit road.
Because you're right. Maybe he did. Yeah, because he slowed down a lot. It's hard to tell. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on that.
I think Dave's right on that. He might have been trying to duck it off down in there and just totally missed it.
Yeah. The way that he slowed down, kept it cool so long, but he stays now.
Well, he
We
stays
jinxed
out.
him, Dave. We jinxed him. It's our fault. We should have let him just ride back there silently. We should have never said
Yep.
that.
Commentators,
Should
yeah,
never say
dude. Yo, I forget one race I did that exact thing, and I swear, like it was me. You know, and I didn't want to sound cocky.
Pit road.
Oh wow! Holy cow! How did the 41 and I think it was the 2 on the outside not just completely destroy their race?
They definitely had the skills to pay the bills that turn right there.
Oh,
'cause I
for
thought
sure.
He was about to get that late caution.
See, like right there what you were talking about with controller and wheel, that I would be like, with a wheel, yeah, you could do that. Controller, you must be darn good if you're able to get that little bit of movement, because you have very little range. If you're able to do that on a controller, then congrats. But this is a great battle. That 51,
Oh, 51 hits the grass.
man, I thought that was gonna be a lot worse than it was.
Now
These guys are
remember
driving
when
well.
Smoke was almost a lap down, and he pulled that off. Pulled that stage win off.
Oh,
Well,
man.
he's had the truck to beat all night, qualifying on the pole. I think 7/10 faster than the field.
Well, at least in practice, yeah, like the leaderboard.
Oh, okay, in practice.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
You just got to, keep your things together. Let's see how many laps. We got 5 laps to go. And that's actually going by the 24. So
we'd have 4 laps because he just went a lap
down. Oh man.
And he saved enough fuel right now, but he's got to finish.
So, you guys were talking about Smoke Fan, right? and how he's really shown a lot of speed. This is the first time this entire race that we've seen a pack of cars where they're not completely bunched up. Oh, is that the 24 that goes around?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully
man,
he don't bring out a
Bulldog.
caution, though.
Me too, man. I'd love to see a caution right now.
No, I said I hope he don't.
Oh, I want it.
That's terrible. Well, he's a lot down. I mean,
nothing against.
Might be a suspect caution, you know. He spins by himself.
Oh, I gotcha,
like he clipped
gotcha.
the apron.
There's
but
always
I'm just
different.
Saying, in everyone else's eyes, you don't want them to, you know,
to believe that you did that on.
Yeah.
Good point. See, that's why it's great to have different perspectives in the booth. You know, I was thinking that something happened, and you're thinking the other way. Where I'm not saying you're thinking that, it's a possibility, and everyone else may think that he could have done it on purpose. Sure, but
well, see, when I run, that's the last thing I want to do is be the guy to wreck someone or the guy to bring out the wrong type of caution.
Dude, I don't want to change the outcome of the race if I'm
at all.
No, not at all.
The 41 was all over the back of it. Now I believe 51 is all over the 88.
Do you think they're really close on fuel, man?
He might have been out of fuel. We might have just seen the 41 truck run out of fuel.
Yeah, because now he's slowing down way too much.
Yeah, he's got a pit. He's got a pit.
Oh man, looks like the number 2.
That was it.
Is sputtering.
He's out of fuel.
No, this is the race. The 88. Dude, Smoke Fan got it. That was the last lap. Oh, dude, I was so pumped with everything. Didn't even pay attention to the last lap.
The 41 truck actually ran out of fuel coming to the checkered flag, as looked like the 2 truck ran out coming out of 4. So, good win for Smoke Fan.
And Dave, yeah, congrats, Smoke Fan. Excuse me, man, I'm sorry. Congrats, Smoke Fan, on that win. And the 51 there, Chase. It's your boy Chase, dude. He's been asleep all night. Shit. Oh, your bro.
He's one of those younger guys.
Oh, man.
He's one of those younger guys. He's very quick. You know, you grow into, you know, race ethic or whatnot, and
yeah.
I think we're gonna see a lot of exciting things out of him in a few years to come.
Man, yeah. He's gonna grow and learn. Unfortunately for the 41 Fast Fed, he gambled. He had to do what he had to do, and he pushed it all out, and that was good to see. Let's see if we can, you guys want to try and get a few people in here to talk, like top 2 or 3 or so? Top 4? Let's do top 4. So, let's see if, do you guys mind just suggesting so that it'd be easier for me?
Yeah,
so that there's less, you know.
Tell me if you don't have someone on here, Dave, and I'll get them if you don't. DK Brown with the fastest lap of the night, 29.945, which is not going to be good enough to get him on the all-time leaderboard. But as we all know, man, that's a heck of a lap.
Dude, that really is, man. And Dave, I think it was you that kind of called it about how Smoke Fan was able to do that. You know, like he was smart. Yeah, he was smart in that second. We didn't know if he was smart. He almost went a lap down, but he had every intention to do what he did. As I forget to leave the lobby, and now I'm going to Bristol. So let me back.
Yeah, me too.
Bristol lap. I'm gonna send it till we can get these guys in here.
Yeah, suggest them, so then we can have less blue screen.
Yeah, I think Dave was doing that. Is there anybody you don't have, Dave?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. If you run across one, let me know, and I'll try to see if I got him.
Dude, that was. I honestly
really
didn't know which way that.
Booth with you guys, man.
Yeah. Such different perspectives on things, and that was great.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun, dude. Yo, thank you guys for having the time to do that, you know. And I love doing it. If I'm ever free.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get y'all in. Get the top 4 in here.
All right, thank you. But
yeah, Dad, we're already doing that, Dad.
Yeah, that was.
Bulldog, look like you had a hot rod tonight, buddy. Sorry it didn't work out for you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I did. It was wicked, man. It really was. It just
You ran a smart race up until that point, man.
pit road speeding.
Hey, how many times you seen it bite me?
Quite a few. Quite a few.
Yeah, actually, dude, DK Brown actually had, yeah, you said that. DK Brown with the 29.945.
29.945. Mm-hmm.
Man, let me know when you guys suggest them, and I'll get them on in here.
All right, let me get in here, and I ain't really for sure who finished fourth.
I think you got
I
the
will
room,
check
Nick.
that.
Fast fed this.
I'm sorry?
That's what I
I
thought.
think you got the room, Nick.
Yeah, but you guys can suggest them, and I can allow them in, so that it's not,
Smoke, and then it's your bro Chase.
because
It's your bro Chase
so that I'm
second.
not just
Smoke fan. It's your bro Chase.
sitting
then,
on the blue
Celtics
screen.
fan. And then fast fed.
Yeah, I'm getting them sending invites in here right now.
What's good too is this kind of gives them a breather, man. That was, their nose to tail is so long, man. It's good to give them a little break. That was a great race to watch, and thanks Bulldog. Yo, dude, good running, man. That stinks about the penalty, but man, you needed it. You needed caution. Yeah, that's all right, man. You live and you learn. But hey,
It is
hell,
what it is.
I'll
it's
give
sick
him some
running, man.
lessons.
There you go. Yeah, Dave.
You almost
Dave is
got
my
your
boy
caution
on
there,
that.
man.
Smoke
Just
fan,
it is what it is.
dude. Fastest guy of the night. Such
say
a good
yeah.
run, man. Congrats, dude. That was great. How do you really feel about that race? Were you worried a bit, or did you think you? Because when I saw you running up front towards the end with the guys behind you, you were pulling away better than anyone else was. So what do you think contributed to that win?
Well, with that put on the pole, which I knew it was going to qualify good, but the truck, honestly, the first half of the race did not drive good at all. Like, I caused a few incidents, honestly, because the center of the corner just snapped left. So I made some air pressure adjustments. Yeah, the truck driving good. In the second stage, I got that. It was just a racing incident. I was running by myself, so like, I'm going to try some fuel strategy. I backed way off, and I was able to save fuel, so I tried that on the last stage, to where I saved before the last pit stop, and actually prevailed. I was able to come off pit road and maintain the lead, and everybody else had to save after the pit stop, to where I was able to go full out. So I think that made a pretty big difference.
Yeah, dude, I think it did too. It was really cool to see how you were able to pull that off. You know, Dave, you're a big fuel guy. What do you want to know from Smoke Fan here, or
Well,
what do
he
you want to
answered the
compliment him on?
question. I mean,
I know,
I
right,
kinda
dude?
figured he was saving.
What are you gonna?
It was one of two things. He was either hot dog wrapper or he saved.
Yeah. I just want to give a big shout out to the guys that on the 88 crew. Was able to get a pole and win both stages and the race. So it was the best night we've had in a while, and hopefully we can carry it on into the Cup race tomorrow night.
Will, what you
And
got
I
for
wanna-
him, Mr. Sorry, no, go, Smoke Fan. What you got,
But
man?
I want to appreciate all three of y'all for coming out and doing this at the last second for us. Y'all made this possible tonight. Honestly, if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't even been racing. So, thanks
we
to you
had fun.
guys.
It was a blast. Thank you for putting on a good show.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we got anyone else on in here. Oh man, we ain't got anyone else just yet. Let's see. I got new invites. I got Chiza. I invited the others too. If you guys don't mind putting me on with
Cheesy got fourth. I thought it was Fed.
It was Fed, I thought. Well, if it was out of gas, that might have been cheesy.
I'm actually.
You.
And Celtics fan.
It's your bro Chase just showed
Celtics
up.
fan.
Oh, here we go.
Celtics.
All right, let's get Celtics on in here. I think I just got a suggestion. Let's see. Yeah, Celtics. Our boy. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're getting a party on in here. That was, yo, you guys put on a really freaking impressive race. I didn't know how it was gonna go. Fuel mileage, cautions, things like that. You guys super respectful on the track, and let's get someone else on in here too.
How was the truck
Yeah,
feeling
thank
to
you.
you the last green flag run? Looked like you was a little
Well,
quicker than
from
you
the
was in
start
the
off of the
beginning.
run, it really start off of the whole race. It was so loose that I tightened it up. I had to tighten it up a lot, and then just kept getting it tighter and tighter. Got to my liking, and then I just Smoke said that he just I saw him save the second stage and win. I was like, dang, us can save a lot. So well, we got back there in that pack, and we was just riding together. He told me just follow him and just hold the same throttle as him, and he knew how much to save and what he did because he did it in the second stage. I just listened to him because I believed him because Snoke's a really smart guy. And so I just followed around, just rode around in the pack like Talladega, just rode around in the back, just on that yellow line, and then we saved. He had 5 laps to save, and then we saved 4 the first time, and we saved 2 on the last run right there. I was just following Smoke and doing what he told me to do to get my second place finish. Good point tonight.
Yeah, it was a good night for you, bro. Seen you driving the wheels off that thing a couple times. You made a couple good saves. I seen also. Congratulations on your second place finish tonight, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, way to go, man. That was even just your interview, man. You know, you're a smart kid, young, doing what you need to do. You're always fast. I know your name. Everyone knows your name. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Let's see who else we got in here. Cheezer. So, Cheezer. I never heard of you before. I'm not saying that that's
Always a laugh.
Hey, how's it going?
all right. Yo, Cheezer. I never heard of you before, man. I'm not saying that I'm someone that knows everyone, but I've been playing this game for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time, and you impressed the heck out of me. That was a lot of some smart driving there. The 18 was looking real good. These other guys in the booth with me were they were noticing a lot of good stuff with you, and we're pretty impressed. Um, what do you think you may have needed to get a win?
At fuel mileage, they were getting about a quarter lap better than me, and I couldn't save enough to keep up with them there at the end. Had a really fast truck, qualified second, but great strategy by those guys. Hats off to them.
Yeah, you got to learn those kind of things, and you still were able to make do with what you had, and that was very cool to see, man. Really good job. I hope you had a fun time with the race. I know I did, for sure.
Yeah, it was my first ever league race. I'd just been messing around on public lobbies, decided to give a competition a try, and I really enjoyed it. Probably be racing a few races with these guys here in the next couple of weeks.
You know
Hopefully
what,
we
man?
see
I
you
want to
tomorrow
see it.
night, bud.
Yeah, I should be out tomorrow night.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, you know what? That's perfect, man. Anyone else got anything to say to Chiza? Because I got something that I'd like to say about everyone.
Good run.
I was
They
just
all had good runs.
Oh, exactly. And it
Yeah, he really impressed me with his patience and riding back there, not forcing the issue, not running over anyone. Just yeah, he just put on a good show tonight, man. It's not
yeah,
always about winning that impresses
right.
the most.
Yeah, and like so Will, from the back, I think that Cheese is going to be just like a Galen and a Celtics fan where you just see such good improvement.
Week
So
by week, just step his game up a little more, a little more.
yeah, a little more and know what you got. It seems like you're a patient kid, you know that it's not the last race in the world. So, you make do with what you got, but keep it up, man. I'm not gonna forget that name. I'll be looking for you. And just keep doing what you're doing, and good luck with that. But good job.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
So Celtics fan, third place finisher. He's good with the interview. He's like, I'm all right. You guys don't have to take any more time of your night to do that. But
Yeah,
I gotta
he's a
say,
quiet guy, man.
yeah, yeah. You got it. Yeah, I respect that. I respect it. Like, dude, it's cool and less time, that people have to really listen to us. But I got to go back to one thing that we were talking about with you commentators before we call it a night. That was great racing. Thank you both from the back and Dave Ferguson for joining with me. Thanks to Outlaw uh, for giving us all the chance to do this and have a fun time. But we were talking about the young guns and respect and things like that. Two of those interviews that we just had, they showed so much respect. It's your bro Chase was saying how he was listening to Smoke, and he took it for what it was. And same with Chiza. He understood those things. That's great to see, and I hope they continue. I can't wait to see him further on in the future. See if they can get the next season of esports under their belts.
For
Dave,
Yeah.
sure. And
yep.
like I said, I appreciate y'all so much, and I hope y'all want to return. I hope tonight was a good race for y'all, and y'all enjoyed it, and y'all want to come back in the future.
Oh, dude, and I don't know if that goes the same for the guys in the booth and the drivers. Uh, the, yeah, hell yeah, dude. It was great to watch. Good to call. A lot of good drivers. Dave, did you take anything away from tonight? Anything that kind of got your heart going for him?
I tell you what, it just you can't say enough about saving fuel. You
Yeah.
just can't. I said when this race started, it was going to be a fuel saving race,
He called it. He
You,
did.
and
you
it
did.
was.
Yeah. That's that's why it takes so much to be able to do these things. It's not always about the fastest. It's about the smartest too, and these guys understand it, and it's good to see. But I think on that note, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of itching to just get on track right now. So I think it's a good time to call it a night.
I would
Um,
like to say one more thing before we shut this down.
get it.
Make sure everybody tunes in tomorrow night around the same time for our Cup Series race in Michigan. It's going to be a
Yeah.
fast race, a
Oh,
lot of
dude.
side-by-side action, and can't wait to see y'all out there.
Well, I'm
And
happy you
also
said that.
subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And always good to leave a like if you're happy with what you see.
For
Heck yeah,
sure.
man. Dude,
Again,
definitely.
I appreciate every one of y'all. Y'all made it happen tonight, not us.
Oh, are you
Y'all the one who
kidding?
made this possible, so.
No, 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 no. You guys put on the freaking show. We had the easy job. We got to talk about it, and I honestly think that the three of us, I think that we're on different. If you think about it as a scale of things, we have such different outlooks on the racing that we all had different input. That
Yeah.
both of you said things that I didn't think about, where I thought that I could have been right about it, and then you brought something else up and totally changed my mind. And that's the cool thing. There's so many different ways things can go, and I had an awesome time with you guys. It was fun. But
Good
yeah,
racing
Had a
right
good
here at
time with you
Outlaw.
guys.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks again for joining Outlaw and all you guys, Smoke Bulldog, giving us the opportunity to do this. I'm gonna cut the cord now. But yeah, tomorrow night, Michigan's always great, so I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. But for Outlaw, this is Enoch, Dave Ferguson, and from the back, I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you on the track.